You have looked through one. You have pressed your finger against the cold glass, but you have never truly seen it.
Outside minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit, inside 72 degrees Fahrenheit. This window handles a 148-degree difference every single time for 60 years. Rain, hail, bird strikes, lightning. The window is the most attacked surface on an aircraft, and yet it is the most trusted.
Against your rules. This is what it starts as. Raw aluminum mined from the earth, and this is what it becomes. A window that will fly on one.
Over its lifetime, a single aircraft window will fly 100 million miles. That is 200 trips to the moon and back.
For the passenger, it is a window to another world. A child draws in the condensation.
500 people above you, 500 lives trusting a 12-millimeter barrier. That trust is not given lightly, it is engineered. But before it flies at 40,000 feet, before it becomes a window, it is just dirt. It begins in the red earth of Western Australia, bauxite ore billions of years old, ripped from the ground by excavators the size of buildings. The rock is crushed 40 tons at a time into a fine red powder. This powder will travel thousands of miles before it sees a Boeing factory.
Each truck carries 240 tons of ore. They do not stop for rain, they do not stop for heat.
Inside the refinery, the bauxite is cooked at 300 degrees Fahrenheit with caustic soda, the Bayer process. The red mud sinks, the alumina rises. This is alumina, pure white, fine as flour. It does not look like aluminum, it does not feel like aluminum. By ship, the alumina travels to Iceland or Canada, where clean, cheap hydroelectric power makes aluminum smelting possible. At 1300 degrees Fahrenheit, electricity separates aluminum from oxygen. The energy required is staggering. Each
ingot weighs 25 tons pure unalloyed aluminum, awaiting its destiny as an airplane window frame. The ingot is rolled thinner, longer, stronger. What was once a 25-ton block becomes sheets thinner than your fingernail.
Only 1% of all aluminum produced is pure enough for aviation. The rest becomes soda cans. This is the elite of the metal world. Meanwhile, in Germany, polycarbonate resin is born, plastic synthesized from oil and chlorine, lighter than glass but twice as strong. Two materials, thousands of miles traveled from opposite sides of the world. They converge at one place, the Boeing factory.
Boeing's doors open. The materials enter. The transformation is about to begin. And now, the magic begins.
Aluminum sheet enters the Waterjet, a computer-guided blade of liquid pressure, and the scene starts the manufacturing process with the first physical transformation.
At 60,000 pounds per square inch, water becomes harder than aluminum, and this waterjet can cut through 6 inches of steel, aluminum, like butter.
In seconds, a flat sheet becomes the skeleton of an aircraft window, 37 individual cuts each, accurate to 0.001 inches.
Every frame is measured, every dimension is verified. If it is off by a hair, it is scrapped. No exceptions.
Flat aluminum does not belong on a curved aircraft. This 4,000-ton press has other ideas. But first, the frame must become soft, heated to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to glow. It is ready to bend. The press exerts 4,000 tons of force, enough to lift a 747, and it bends aluminum like clay.
The curve is set, and now it hardens again, ready for the next challenge.
For 12 hours, the frame rests in the oven. The heat rearranges metal crystals, aligning them.
At a microscopic level, aluminum crystals align. They become stronger, more resilient. After 12 hours, the frame emerges stronger, harder, ready.
The frame is sandblasted, a rough texture created for paint and primer to grab onto. Without this, the coating would fall off at 40,000 feet. 7 layers each with a specific purpose: corrosion protection, heat resistance, UV blocking. This paint is not for looks, it is for survival. The primer dries to exacting specifications. 0.003 inches thick. Too thin and it fails, too thick and it cracks. Perfect is the only option. Every frame is inspected by human hands, the most sensitive inspection tool ever created. A single bubble scrap, a scratch scrap, a testingnions. While the frame prepares, the polycarbonate takes shape. Lighter than glass, stronger than steel, but it begins as a simple clear sheet under 1000 psi and ultraviolet light. The layers fuse, the adhesive cures, the panel becomes a single unbreakable piece of transparent armor.
The laminated panel is cut to size by the hardest material known to man, diamond. Every
edge is ground to a precise bevel, and a micro crack at the edge could grow during flight, shattering the window. Imperfect edges are death. The glass is heat strengthened and heated to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, then cooled rapidly. The process creates compression on the surface. This is the secret. A microscopic layer of gold vaporized in a vacuum. It blocks ultraviolet radiation. Second coating anti-fog chemical. Your breath will not fog it. The cold outside will not frost it. You will see the world clearly always. The pressure seal is born injection molded rubber that will hold back 8,000 psi. One crack, one imperfection, and the cabin loses air. Every seal is stretched, compressed, and tested. It must survive 60 years of expansion and contraction. If it fails, people die. One final layer UV protection that ensures the window will not yellow, will not degrade, will not fail even after decades in the sun. Same glass seal, they come together, each component trusting the other, but they are not bonded yet. That takes one more step. Structural silicone, the strongest adhesive in aviation. It is applied by hand, by craftsmen, by people who know that their hands hold lives. For 24 hours they rest, no one touches them. The silicone cures, molecular bonds forming, becoming stronger than any mechanical fastener. The pages. At a microscopic level, the silicone locks the frame and glass together, and the bond will hold for 60 years through temperature extreme.
24 hours pass. The windows are complete. Now, they must prove themselves.
The pressure chamber is a brutal judge. It does not care about the craftsmanship. It only cares about one thing. Can you hold? The pressure rises 1,000 psi, 5,000, 8,000, double what it will face at 40,000 feet, and still it climbs. 18,000 psi. The window bends, the window flexes, but it does not break. It passes. The window has proven itself. But the test is far from over. Lightning strikes aircraft approximately 7,000 times per year. Each window must survive 200,000 volts, enough to light a small city for a day. The gold layer, the invisible shield, has done its job. The lightning passed through, but the window survived. The final inspection, a laser so precise it can detect a scratch 1/100th the thickness of a human hair. It is. But the final inspection is always human. The hands of the inspector, trained for decades, and in the reflection the worker sees it, the sky, the reason for all this effort, and the dream that this window will enable. The hands that build these windows are the same hands that guide the machines, human and robot working in harmony. A piece of paper, but it is a promise. A promise that this window is perfect. A promise that it will protect.
This is packaged like a treasure because this window is worth more than gold, but its value is not monetary, it is safety.
Labeled, scanned, tracked, the window now has a digital identity. It will never be lost. It will never be forgotten. Thousands of windows waiting, each one destined for a different sky, different passengers, different stories, but all built with the same obsession.
And it leaves the factory, bound for a Boeing assembly line in Everett or Charleston, and the journey is almost complete.
At the Boeing assembly line, the window finds its home. A worker's hands, the same hands that crafted it, install it into the fuselage.
A click, and it is done. The window becomes part of something bigger, a machine of 100,000 parts.
The plane takes off. The window sees the sky for the first time. It has fulfilled its purpose, and
in the golden light, the windows glow. 100 windows, 100 stories, 100 families.
From dirt to sky, from a mine in Australia to 40,000 feet over the Atlantic, this is the story of the window.
But the story is not about aluminum or gold or polycarbonate. It is about the people.
This is where it happens, every day, every night. Windows that will touch the sky.
These hands may never fly, they may never look out at the clouds, but they will have built the windows that show the world to others.
500 lives, 500 stories, 500 reasons for perfection.
But behind every window is science, chemistry, physics, engineering, the invisible ingredients.
And when the lights dim and the passengers sleep, the window shows them something they cannot find anywhere else.
60 years, 1,000,000 miles, 200 trips to the moon and back, and then retirement. The window has earned its rest.
From sky to museum, from protector to artifact, the window story ends, but it never forgets the clouds. From celluloid to transparent aluminum, the trust has never wavered. The window has always held, and it always will. And from 40,000 feet, the world looks different, beautiful, fragile, and safe, because of a window.
The window. It endures, it protects, it shows us the sky, and it always will.